Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to NHL Draft Pros.
Shoots, he scores!
On today's video, we're going to take a look at one of the most skilled defensemen of the 2026 NHL Draft class, Chase Reid of the SOO Greyhounds. And if you want to see some scouting reports on some of the other prospects in this draft class, like Gavin McKenna and Keaton Verhoff, among others, head over to NHL Draft Pros on YouTube or hit the icon below this video, and that will bring you to our homepage. And can you please help the channel grow by hitting that subscribe and like button? I'd really appreciate it. Okay, Chase Reid, like I said, plays for the SOO Greyhounds in the OHL. He's a 6'2" right shot defenseman, and check out the points last year, 40 points in 39 games. Very impressive numbers for the youngster in his D-1 season. Now, obviously, like I said, he's an offensive defenseman, and you can see the skill set. Check out this little move right here. Oh, wowza. What a goal. Put a little decaroo there and then buries it. So, yeah. Now, interestingly, Chase Reid came over from the NAL, the North American Hockey League, which is like the junior tier 2 league for the USHL in the US. And he came over and played in the OHL for the SOO Greyhounds and was a point per game defenseman in his D-1 season. Like, that's bonkers. So yeah, you know what? And he's keeping it up this season, is over a point a game. Again, check out this highlight right here. I want to show this end-to-end rush. Just says, see you later, and then goes upstairs, or no, the pass over, and it's a goal. So the one thing is that clearly he's an offensive defenseman and is great in transition and loves to join the rush. And, you know, when you're 6'2" and you're a right shot D and you can skate really well, you're going to be sought after in the NHL draft. Now, the thing is, his straightaway speed is really good. The four-way mobility, his edge work needs a little work. But like I said before, that's something that you can improve, especially because, you know, he's listed at 6'2", 185 pounds. So he still has some growing to do to gain some strength, you know, core strength, leg strength, stuff like that. So I think that four-way mobility can be fixed in the near future. Now, he is a Michigan State commit, so that is going to help his development for sure next season. But this year, in his draft year, he is doing exceptionally well yet again. Now, his shot is really, really good, and he can find lanes easily. And that's really nice when you have a defenseman who has a decent shot and can find those open seams. So, you know, it's like he's going to be that power play guy, right? Can he do it at the next level? Yeah, I think there's potential if he can fix up some of the, you know, hindrances in his games, which I'll talk about in a second, but sees the ice really well, has good hockey IQ, knows when to join the rush. So you like to see those kind of things in a defenseman, especially a 6'2" right shot D. Now watch this pass right here. I want to show you this one right here. Watch this. Nice little tip pass right there. Very nice. Like, he finds those open lanes, right? Does that really well. And you like to see that because that helps on the PP. And when you got a D who's big and can move, is mobile, and can shoot the puck, those are things that are bonuses, I guess you could say. Now, he's decent at escaping pressure when, you know, there's pressure in the defensive zone. And defensively, he's gotten better this year, but there are still some things that he needs to work on in that part too. You know, the decision making. That is one thing, you know, sometimes on those breakouts, he might kind of, you know, pick the wrong route, I guess you could say, or make the wrong pass. However, he has gotten better last year. And you got to remember, he came over from the NAL. And, you know, that's a big transition to go from, you know, a junior A tier 2 league into the OHL and succeed. So it's nice to see that he's doing well in both seasons, last year and this year. And I think that come draft day, he's going to be sought after. He, you know, right now he's penciled in probably a top 10 kind of pick, which I don't think he'll drop, especially because he's still having a great offensive season this year. And yeah, he's going to go high in this draft. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, you know, Chase Reid, what a great player. Nice story, you know, and the World Juniors, you know, I don't know if he's going to make the team, but I'm sure that he's going to have a tryout, and we'll see how he does, you know, with that. But yeah, Michigan State commit, so can't wait to see him in Michigan State. That's going to be a wagon of a team. And yeah, that's it for Chase Reid for the early look video. And like I said, please help the channel grow by hitting that subscribe and like button. And we will see you soon. Cheers.